You can't trade consistently if you can't follow your own rules. And most traders don't even have a strategy. They have screenshots. They try to trade what they saw on Instagram, what they heard once in a random Discord that doesn't even give them accountability, or what worked once 2 weeks ago. That's not a system, that's chaos. And today, we're going to fix all of that based on your lifestyle, your time zone, and your personality. So when someone asks, what's your plan? You can answer with confidence. Now that we are on the charts, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a certain entry type that I think is one of the best for me. When this one plays out, you are good to go. It's go time. But you kind of have to focus exactly on what I have to say. I might go ahead and go scribble on this screen a lot, but if you focus exactly, you're going to understand everything that you need to know. So stick around and enjoy the entries. We have ranging price action. And when we have ranging price action, we know that this resistance is liquidity. Everybody wants to sell from here and buy from here. But here's what happens. You have a tap into this. Remember, everybody has their stop losses situated over here. So it would be something like this over here where all the stop losses are. Imagine that there's a pool of stop losses. And once this gets tapped into, everybody here gets liquidated. So price gets fueled up. Now, when you have this liquidity sweep paired with a break of structure, meaning this over here has broken the structure, now this becomes the new range from this portion to this portion. So what we're waiting for is a pullback because this is our new supply zone over here to tap into it so we can trade the lower low. Remember, this could be a narrative. The reason why I say we want to leave over here is simply because price could have two things in mind. While we have this, the range, while we do understand we are waiting for a liquidity sweep and a break of structure, we also do understand that if this were to be something like that, we know that this is no longer the range and this is now the new range. But if this were to be something from here, well then this is no longer the range and this is now the new range. So let's focus. If this were to have a premium demand zone over here, what would happen is that if you didn't see this premium demand zone over here, imagine this is the extreme demand zone, the start of the bullish push, and you were trading a counter trend, you would have this liquidity sweep paired with a break of structure, achieving a new range over here, and you would also have this retracement tap into your supply. It would probably lead to a lower low, but if it taps into this premium demand, price could shoot higher. And if you didn't leave at the right time, you would end up being stopped out and not knowing why. Now, if this were to be the range, you would want price to create a lower low to then do the same thing, have another range over here, take this liquidity sweep over here, pair it with a break of structure, have a pullback, and create a new lower low. And these ones are always going to play out like this. This would be a new one and another lower low. And it would be the same thing for a bullish trend. Now, this could be complicated. So all we're going to do is we're going to move on to the charts. I feel like this is something that makes complete sense. This is something that is the reason why price moves the way it moves. So here's what we're going to do. Same thing I said, but right now, candles. We have a push from beneath, showing us that price is moving to the upside. So where is our latest range? We mark it. Let's have this be the latest range over here. Boom. This portion and this portion, this is the range that we have. Before we have a body close under or a body close over of the candlestick, this will always be the range. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend this range and I'm going to extend this range over here. You can clearly see that this was the body close under. So what do we have now? We have a new range. Remember what I spoke about having this thing in between and then having the liquidity sweep? Well, focus because that is exactly what we have. We have the range over here, and the last thing that we have is a liquidity sweep that takes out everybody from this portion with this minor tap over here. Now this might look like it's nothing, but in reality, this led to a break of structure to a new range.
So you can't not have this be in mind. This will always have to be in mind. Now, if you can clearly see that there's no imbalance up until this point, your supply zone has no reason to be this big. You can refine it to the last imbalance over here, extend that, wait for the pullback, and take the trade to trade lower. So the trade would look something like that. Now, you would have the trade be somewhere over here. You'd have your stop loss be situated a little bit over this, maybe a 10 pip, 11 pip stop loss, and then you would be taking a trade to the downside. So the reason I say this is because once you understand why you have to be in the market, when you have to be in the market, you can also clearly understand that your entries and your exits are very, very important. Now, I'm going to let price action play, and I'm going to let price action do its thing while we just simply watch. But just a major recap before we go ahead and get started. Here's what we want. We have a range, we have a liquidity sweep, we have a break of structure with a body close over the new range. And so this becomes the new range from this liquidity sweep to this range. Now, let's wait for this body close under, which we already had over here. If you focus, this was the previous range, and we had the body close under. This means sellers are now taking full control. So the new thing that we're focusing on is for price to create a new lower low. Now, I'm going to play, and you're going to see how easy and beautiful it is, and the way it looks is just, this is what you want to see on the charts. So you have this being tapped into at this portion over here, and then you quickly see the follow through to create a lower low. And the reason I say this is because this is my favorite entry. This is exactly what I want from price to do, and this is exactly why I love trading. Now remember, I trade because I love it, not because I want to make money. And because I love what I do, money just flows in as a byproduct. I know, not a very long and complicated video, but this is what I want. I want to give you value on this channel as much as I can. And this has also been a requested video by many of you guys. So again, please like the video if you actually liked it, and comment below topics that you would like for me to discuss. And as always, see you on the next one.